If your left ear starts ringing on August the 12th during the solar eclipse, you need to pay attention. But if your right ear starts ringing during that time, it could be a spiritual meaning. Now, there's a third one. If both ears are ringing and they're switching back and forth, that can mean something totally different that's going on. And in this video, I'm going to describe both of them and tell you what it means during the eclipse. So let's get into it. Now, first, let me just tell you about the eclipse. If you don't know anything about it, if this is your first time even hearing about a solar eclipse at this time of the year, what happens is the moon moves between the earth and the sun. So the sun will become completely covered. Now think about the symbolism. You're going to have light, darkness, and then light again. That's a transition. And solar eclipses have been associated with endings, beginnings. So let's start with the left ear. So if your left ear is ringing during the solar eclipse, spiritually, they associate that with internal awareness and also receiving. And I want you to do something when this happens. Don't stop and look around the room and see if somebody's around or anything like that. Don't do that. Just stop and pay attention to what you was thinking about at that time. Were you thinking about changing something in your life? Were you thinking about a person or something that you've been putting off, that you always wanted to do, but you've been putting it off? Did something suddenly come into your mind? But all this is telling you to look inward, because it could be something that's there the whole time, you just been ignoring it. So you can look at this as a signal. And this signal maybe is telling you to pay attention. Now, speaking of signal, I wrote an ebook that talks about these sounds. And you can get this ebook. It's called The Signal, right below this video. Also, I wrote an ebook about the chosen ones. It's called Why the Chosen Ones Hear the Sounds. And that's also right below this video. And guys, since this planet is upgrading to a higher frequency, you need to protect your body. Because when this planet is going through an upgrade and going to a higher frequency, it can affect your body and also your mental. So that's why I take Vibe High supplements. It helps you keep your body on a high vibration and your mind clear. So to check out these supplements, just go to this link right below the video. You're going to see Vibe High supplements. It'll take you straight to the website, and everything in the store is 15% off. All right, now let me talk about the right ear. So if the left ear represents receiving and inward, then the right ear represents external, outward. But it also represents action, your external environment. Something is happening around you instead of only within you. And you need to pay attention. What you are watching. Did you receive a message? Were you thinking about taking action on something, but you haven't done it yet? Because maybe you already received the message internally, and now it's time to act externally on this message that you got internal. And now you need to do something with that message. You need to do some type of action. And it could be starting something, changing something. You might need to call somebody or create something new. So again, guys, left is receiving and right is action. Now let me tell you about the third one. And the third one is, if you hear it in both ears. So let's say it started in the left ear and then it switched and went to the right ear. Or it started in the right ear and went to the left ear. Now let's look at the eclipse. Like I said earlier about what happens during the eclipse. It goes from light to darkness to light again. And if you are hearing this ringing in your left ear, then all of a sudden your right ear, and that's the process that we get when we are meditating and praying. We receive the message, we process that message, and then we act on that message externally. And it also could mean that maybe you've been doing a lot of things inward, but not doing anything external. So it could mean that you received the message, but you just kept the message, just kept thinking about it, meditating on it, but never put any action behind it. Because we live in a universe or in this third dimension where action, you have to do something. You can't just sit there and process your thoughts all the time. You have to do something when you receive these thoughts and these messages inward. So that could be reason why you are hearing the ringing in one ear and then it switched to the other ear, especially during this solar eclipse. Now guys, this is very important. You've been hearing ringing in your ear for months, years, or your whole life. That doesn't mean it's a spiritual message. That means that it's something physically wrong with your ears and you need to go see a doctor. Now, if you hear this ringing at certain times with major changes that's going on in your life or something like this, a big event like the solar eclipse, then that's when you really need to pay attention and really go inward and see if this is a message or a spiritual message that your higher self or God, whatever you want to call the source, is letting you know that you need to act on something. You need to make that move. You need to make that change, make a transition. All right, guys, I hope this video resonated with you. Let me know in the comments if this ringing has already been in your ear, your right ear or your left ear or both ears. Let me know in the comments below. And guys, on August the 12th, because it's August the 11th now while I'm making this video, on August the 12th, if you do experience this ringing in your ear, come back to this video and let me know in the comments which ear and what was going on at that time in your life. One last thing, guys. Every Saturday at 8 p.m., I'm doing a podcast show. I'm going to have my brother on there with me, and we're going to touch on different topics that's going on around the world. It could be spiritual topic, could be a social topic, or whatever. Whatever current event is going on, we're going to talk about that, and we both going to give our perspectives. So we're going to be live, and I appreciate if you guys pull up at 8 p.m. Central Time every Saturday. And drop your question in the chat then, and I'll definitely answer all your questions, and we can have a good time. Before you leave, YouTube says check this video out next. Peace, get woke, and keep rising.